Welcome to Tall Culture, where we talk about everything tall, elevated, uplifted, and inspirational in the tall girl community. So, I'm gonna say this is probably like my first official video. The first one was just an introduction into what I'm gonna be doing, but we're gonna dive deeper. We're gonna introduce series and all the different stuff. So, today, we're talking about, I wrote some notes on this one, okay? So today we're talking about the mental effects of tall girl stereotypes, okay? So let me just go ahead and put this out here. I feel like a lot of tall girls growing up, they're either being forced to go into sports, or they're forced to be in a model, they're forced to doing things that tall people do, you know? So, not all the time tall people want to, or tall girls in particular want to play sports. Maybe they want to be, you know, an architect. Maybe they want to do something else. You know, they're just not limited to playing sports. So, I just want to talk about those mental effects, especially as a young girl growing up into a woman. Especially as a young girl in middle school and high school being forced to play sports that they didn't want to play. I was forced to play basketball. But okay, backstory. So my mother was a basketball player. She was an All-American. She played basketball for LSU. She was cold. She's like a West Dallas legend. Y'all know, if y'all from West Dallas, y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say my mama name on here. So I automatically was like put in this like path of like, oh, you gotta be good, you're gonna be tall. Like they saw I was tall like my mom, they were like, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna push you towards that. Granted, did I like basketball like that? Not really. But I did gravitate towards volleyball. I did love volleyball. I actually did. And sometimes it's kind of just in your blood to just love a sport. So, you know, just growing up, I did feel that pressure, but it wasn't as bad just because I was just a natural athlete. But I will say to the other tall girls that were around me, some of them were being forced to play sports, to play volleyball, to do things that they didn't want to do. And I just saw how upset that it made them. I saw, you know, sometimes I saw girls cry, and, you know, we'll talk about it and stuff like that. You know, that sports is not always like what a tall girl or a tall person in general wants to do. So that really, really, really like affects the mental of, you know, a young girl growing up. You being forced to do something that you don't want to do. It's just like anybody. You being forced to do something that you don't want to do from a very young age, and you get very upset about it. You know, you go into a corner, you get depressed, you get sad because everybody wants you to do what they want you to do. Play sports in this circumstance, or, you know, whatever. And you can't really fully express yourself. So that right there alone can really, really, really like damage like a young girl's like heart, especially when it comes to what she wants to do. So the stereotypes that people say to girls, to tall people in general, that if they're not doing what they think they should be doing, they just low-key kind of bully them. So I'm gonna say this. Whenever people used to say, oh, you just wasting your height. You don't do nothing. You just wasting your height. What? Like, we gotta stop saying that to tall people. Like, you don't know what they want to do with their life. Sometimes they be so clouded with what other people want them to do, sports, and we're just gonna say sports, tall people. They be so clouded with that they can't really find themselves. You know, so I told myself whenever I have kids, like, I'm allowed, if they want to play sports, they can play sports. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to have tall children. I'm probably going to marry a tall man. it's probably just gonna be that way. But if they want to play sports, they can play sports. If they don't like it, I won't push them towards it at all. So that's that. Now, I can talk about my story as far as basketball goes real quick. So growing up, literally I've been 6'2" all my life, right? Well, when I got to 6th grade, I topped that at 6'2", which is crazy. I was like 6'2" in middle school, right? So literally all my life I've been forced, even in elementary, I was forced to play basketball. So much to the point too, I got burnt out on it, y'all. Like when I tell you, whenever I got to high school, I was playing for this team called DFW Elite, and y'all, they are elite, okay? Like this ain't no bottom feeder team. This is like a top of the top type of team, and they are pushing you to be in a WNBA, okay? Like that is bottom line. And when I tell you I was burnt out, I was literally going from my basketball practice at my high school, which my high school basketball coach used to run the mess out of us to the point where we just, y'all, I was so skinny. I was 6'2" and like 160 pounds. I had teachers saying, Lexus, you okay? Like, you getting small? And I'm just like, man, this coach is running us. I would go from that to, after school, I would go to my DFW League practice, and they would run the mess out of us, right? And then on top of that, it was such an elite level of playing, on top of like running very, very fast. It was just so much. I got burnt out. I'm telling you, it was nonstop traveling. Which, you know, those are like fun years and stuff like that. But to be really honest with y'all, like, a lot of people have fun in club and like AAU, but like I really did not have fun because a lot of the girls were like very rude to me, and I never understood why. But long story short, my senior year in high school, I was done. I did not want to play basketball anymore. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was counting down the last day to my last game in my high school. And I said, you know what? I'm going to play volleyball. I'm going to play volleyball, and nobody's going to stop me. I knew I was cold in volleyball. I enjoyed volleyball. I love volleyball. And what made me really think was, you know, I was getting all these scholarship offers from all these big schools and stuff like that. And it was cool as for basketball though, but I thought in the back of my head, would I be willing to get up at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning to go to a basketball practice? No, I couldn't do that. I could do that for volleyball because I loved it so much. I love the game of volleyball. It's so strategic. It's so like geometrically, I love it. And it's just me, just because I'm just an analytical, strategic person. I just like that. That's just what I like. But, so I literally made the decision last minute and was like, you know what? I'm gonna play volleyball. I'm gonna play volleyball. So my basketball coach on my AAU team, you know, I kind of talked to him about it, whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna take you down to Jackson State University, which my school, I love Jackson State. I love Jackson State University. The experience I had was phenomenal, okay? So anyways, took me down there, ended up talking to the volleyball coach. I had created like a film or a tape or something like that. I didn't even play club volleyball. And I ended up receiving a full ride scholarship like that same day. And y'all, when I tell you, I wanted it so bad, and it was just like handed to me. Like I did everything I need to do in order to like get to that point, and I got it. So I ended up my senior year, everybody was like basketball, 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 and I was just like, I got a full ride scholarship in volleyball at a D1 school, at a black school on top of that, Black History Month, you know what I'm saying? Y'all learn about Jackson State. So I was like, just so relieved, so happy. Y'all, that was probably one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. I was so happy for that. But, okay, so sorry y'all, my phone died, so that's why it looks a little different. And it got a little bit darker, so we just put on a little ring light so y'all can see me. But yeah. So that was my little story about that. My volleyball transition from basketball, which was great, I loved it and stuff like that. But back to the stereotypes though. If you were a tall girl and you resonate with this, or you're young in middle school, maybe high school, and you feel this way, like, just say something. Say something to your parent about it. Start exploring the different things that you think you may like. I say, start reading books. Start reading books that's gonna open up your mind so that you can see, like, okay, I don't have to just focus on this one thing. Like, you can always change your life around. Really, if you just read a book, read something that's gonna like open your mind to the possibilities of what you can do, okay? So, before I leave, I hope that this video really resonated with you. It's a little bit of, how we feel on the back end when it comes to these stereotypes. How it feels when, when people tell us that we're wasting our height, or what are you doing, or you're not playing sports, or you're not doing nothing with your life because you're not playing sports. Look, I'm here to tell you that doesn't matter. I'm here to tell you that you can do whatever you want to do, okay? Just because you're tall, you're not limited to sports, okay? Now, if you like sports, look, go for it, sis. Like, go for it, girl. Like I did. I love sports. I went for it and I had a blast with it, but it was because of something that I actually love to do, and I still have other interests and things like that outside of sports, but that doesn't make you who you are. Don't feel bad about it. And if you find this video helpful, or somebody struggling, a tall girl that's struggling, she don't want to play sports no more, she's scared to tell her parents, or she's just doing it to make her parents happy, or whoever, the coach, happy, send this video to them. And honestly, if you want to talk about it, you can literally DM me. I'll answer back. We can talk, okay? I promise I'll respond back to you. And I like to talk to younger girls, tall girls, about this stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that we don't get to talk about. It's just these little things, like these little conversation bits that's like missing, but look, hey, I'll be your tall big sister, so. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and share this video with your friends and family, because that's what keeps me motivated. That's what keeps me motivated to keep on posting these videos, y'all. So remember to do that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.